Hey folks, wanted to check in. I had a couple of people email me questions about the creation destruction myths, and I wanted to just address my answers to the group in case any of you are wondering the same thing. Firstly, your creation destruction myths are just that. They are both a creation and destruction myth. Not just a creation myth, not just a destruction myth. So you want to provide the sort of full cycle of creation, the reason for the actual destruction, and whatever kind of regeneration or rebirth emerges from there. So make sure that you are providing kind of the full scope of creation and destruction. Someone else asked if you have to address all of the questions that I propose in my instructions. The answer to that is no. I mean, you don't have to sort of like go run down the list and be like, oh, did I answer this, this, or this? But you should try to consider them when you are composing your myths so that you are kind of doing your due diligence to think through all the different elements of both the creation and destruction of your particular universe that you're creating and then destroying. So keep that in mind. You don't have to, individually answer every single question, but you should use them as a guide to make sure that you are sort of on task and creating sort of a full scope of thinking through both the creation and destruction element of your myths. So you're going to post your creation destruction myths. They should be between a page and a half to 3 pages, double spaced. You're going to upload them under the assignments tab on Saturday, the 9th by 5 p.m. So that's technically when they are due. And then if you log on to Sakai and go under forums, you'll see that I've already opened up a creation destruction myth forum. So what you also are going to do by Sunday at 10 p.m., which is when our normal discussion forum would close, is you're going to post a description of your myth. You can do this in writing. You can create a video and upload it. You can bribe your roommates to reenact your myth. I mean, you really should get creative with this assignment, and I'm totally open to whatever means you want to present your myths to the group. So think of that as your sort of initial response in a normal discussion forum. And then you do also want to provide some kind of feedback or commentary on at least one of your classmates' initial posts, at least one of your classmates' presentation of their creation destruction myth. Okay, and certainly you can respond to more than just one of your classmates' work. I encourage you to do that. So think of that as sort of your secondary response. So to receive full credit for the discussion forum element of this latter half of the week, since we're not doing a traditional discussion forum, we're not reading new texts in this latter half of the week. We'll start up again on Monday. You will still have to provide an initial and secondary response in our discussion forum by Sunday before 10 p.m. In both your presentation of your myth and also in some sort of feedback commentary on at least one of your peers' work. So those are the questions that I was asked. I just wanted to talk through them to you so that you have a clear idea of exactly what's expected of you in these assignments. I'm really looking forward to reading them. This is one of my favorite assignments that I give, because really once you guys seem to get going and let loose and let your imagination sort of run wild, the results are often totally fascinating or totally hilarious or totally ridiculous or totally mind-blowing. No pressure at all. But I'm excited to read these myths, and I hope you're excited to write them. If you have any questions before the due date on Saturday, just shoot me a message and I will get back to you. Even if you want to send me your myth and just be like, am I on track? Am I at least hitting most of the sort of points that I should be hitting or covering enough ground? You can do that, and I will, provide a little bit of feedback and just confirm that you are, in fact, on the right track. There is no right or wrong, which is the beautiful aspect of this assignment. It's more just really taking stock of the creation destruction myths that we've read thus far, and really thinking through your own version of these. So, and also I wanted to just comment briefly on our last discussion forum, on the destruction myths. I thought you guys were en fuego. You were really, really critically engaged with both of the stories. You were critically engaged with each other. You were using textual evidence much more successfully in general. And I really was impressed with your critical thinking about some of the questions that were posed and about the text themselves. So let's really shoot to maintain this sort of high level of analytical engagement with our readings, because I finished, that forum last night and I was like, yes, like we just handled that. Yes. So keep it up. Any questions? Get in touch. Happy writing. Bye.